How's it going, everybody? My name is Dalton. Welcome back to another episode of Garage 99. Today we're doing the valve cover on the Miata. Since we don't have a steering wheel for it right now, I figured we might as well get it replaced. I am going to paint it wrinkle black and replace the valve cover gasket because it is leaking pretty bad around the top there. I mean, there's a ton of oil buildup all the way around this thing. So maybe while we got that off, we can get everything else cleaned up. I'm still not sure what to do with the intake manifold. I think that's still a pretty hard item to get off. So maybe I can just clean it up, but this thing is pretty heavily oxidized too, so might end up having to do that afterwards. So we're gonna get started, get everything unhooked, unbolt this thing, and we'll see what we're working with. Okay. Alright, so once you get that thing off, it is going to be covered in oil, just heads up. So let me pull it off. It's going to be dripping oil everywhere. We probably will be inspecting all of these. Want to make sure nothing gets in here. While you are doing this job, there's going to be two 13mm bolts holding this onto the valve cover. You want to make sure you get this breather hose off. You want to get these clips off the front of there, and then it should pop right off. Timing belt looks like it's in really good shape, so we're not going to worry about that. Honestly, it looks like there's like almost no gasket on this thing even to begin with. It looks super cheap. It looks like that rubbery stuff that you make out of like some random gasket makers. So I'm going to go ahead, clean this up, clean the rest of the gasket off of that, and then start the cleaning process so I can paint the valve cover. So there's a couple ways you can do this. You could go through and remove all these little baffle plates in here and really get down and use degreaser cleaner on all of this. I just started pulling up this gasket. Actually looks like it's in really good shape. I mean, I don't think it's that old. It's got a lot of flexibility. It's not really broken of any kind, so I might just keep it as an extra because it's coming out really easy. It seems like it's forming a nice seal inside of there, and look, everything underneath there, it's super dry. There's no bypass underneath any of it at all. I almost wonder if maybe the bolts just weren't tightened down enough. I mean, I wanted to paint this piece anyways, so even if this is still good, I was still gonna do this. Make sure you pull this thing off. If it is in good condition, just be careful with it so you can keep it as an extra. But yeah, there's our gasket. On the top side of this, there are the brackets that hold in the spark plug wires. There's also that little gasket that holds the breather into the valve cover, so I'm gonna go ahead, carefully remove that, so that way all I have is just bare metal left so I can paint it and prep it. These two little screws here that align the spark plug wires into the valve cover are 8mm. All of these are 10mm. Now that we have this thing as a bare piece of metal, I'm gonna dry all the oil off of it the best I can, and then start spraying it with degreaser, and make sure you got a pan like this, so that way you got a place to catch all of it. We don't have to really scrape anything out of this one. It's gonna be more so just finding all of the little orange pieces in here that aren't burnt back there. All right, just got done cleaning it. This is the inside. It came out pretty dang good. It looks like brand new. I'm obviously just using the sun right now to help dry it, but I am wet sanding it right now with a 320 grit. I'm gonna do it with the sanding tool, and then I'm going to do it by hand for the rest of it, but it should come out pretty good. after hours and hours and hours of cleaning this thing, it is incredibly clean on the bottom and as clean as I can get it on top. I already have it taped off. I'll put some heat to it and we'll start putting coats on. Time for coat 2. So just finished the second coat. It's gonna take, according to the can, it says to take about 2 hours in between coats to dry it. That's why I've been using my heat gun. It actually helps improve the way it wrinkles and helps it dry a little faster. That's why I'm using the hairdryer to speed up the process a little bit. All right, so this is about what it looks like after 3 coats. It still looks like it has some drying to do. It hasn't been like a full 24 hours, but I am gonna try and sand off the Mazda, all the raised lettering, and I'm gonna see how that looks. All right, we just got the valve cover on there. It's got the gasket. We're actually using the original gasket because it was in pretty good shape. Like, actually looked like brand new. I don't even know why I ordered a new one. But anyways, using that one, have the lettering and everything smoothed off. It still might touch it up a little bit, not a big deal if I touch it up while it's on there. So we are going to torque it properly in the correct order to 55 inch-pounds. That is a pretty small amount. We don't want to mess that up. So we'll get to it. All right, now that we have that, we're gonna put the ignition coil pack on the back, run the wires where they're supposed to go, put the cap on, run all the air hoses, and then we'll see if it leaks. Also, the engine tow hooks that were on here, I did clean those up really well. Just the front one, I can't really get the back one off, but this thing was pure rust and now it's just polished aluminum, so we'll get all that stuff on. All right, now we see if it leaks oil or spits oil anywhere or does anything stupid that might drive me nuts. We'll see. Or burns it or something. We're gonna let that get up to operating temperature and we'll see how it looks. Just got it up to running temperature and doesn't seem like there's any leaks or anything out of the ordinary. Everything runs good, there's no check engine lights, so I didn't mess it up. There's a little bit of smoke coming from over here because I did spray some degreaser. I'm trying to clean that up, so I think it's just gonna burn the rest of that off. But I think that's gonna do it for today, guys. I'd like to thank you all very much for watching. Please subscribe if you can. We have new videos coming out every single Wednesday at noon. Peace out, keep turning those gears.